So we are going to Antalya in Turkey, and before that we have to get to London Gatwick Airport. So currently crossing over Dartford Crossing Bridge. It's a little bridge just in Essex, just to cross over to the other side of the Thames to get to the airport without going through the city. So we get to the terminal. My sisters actually went with us because they were taking the train in, because we couldn't fit all our bags in the car and we didn't want to take two cars to the airport because blimey, car park charges, am I right? But anyhow, we got to the airport before them, dropped off our bags, they joined us, and then we went through to security, but obviously couldn't film that because I'd be told off. But luckily it didn't take that long to go through. It actually probably took only about 10 minutes, which is pretty decent if you know London Gatwick Airport. Anyhow, we get through to duty free, and as you can see, it was very, very long to walk through. Just so many different shops and things. But this time around, didn't buy anything, was just looking. But sometimes I do like to buy things like makeup and small little bits of cosmetic stuff because it does tend to be cheaper. So when you're running low, maybe look at duty free. But yeah, eventually made it out. Oh god, it is very long, isn't it, just watching this now, like, and this is sped up, my god. But yeah, made it out. And at this point we were looking for some food and thought, where should we go? Because we were really hungry, as you can tell from everyone's faces. And eventually we found a little restaurant place called Sonoma and went there to get some lovely English breakfast and a tea. And then within an hour or so, it was time to go to the gate. So as you can see, we're walking over to the gate. It took about 5 to 10 minutes or so to walk to the gate, in not such a fast pace, as you can see. And then we had to wait a little bit, so we didn't actually get onto the flight straight away. Don't know why, but here obviously I've skipped that bit because you don't want to see us waiting, because that would be a bit boring. But anyhow, we're making it onto the flight and time to look for our seats. I was actually sat in an aisle seat, so it wasn't so bad, but obviously not next to my family directly, but they're right there in the other aisles. I was sat next to a couple with a baby, but it wasn't bad, thankfully, because the baby didn't actually cry, so that was good. But yeah, we're on a Dreamliner, so it's not so bad, and yeah, off we go. The journey took about 3.5 hours, so not so bad. But we eventually arrived in Antalya. It was very warm. The heat does literally, kick you aback when you get off the plane. So it was about 26-27 degrees. But yeah, here we are making our way through immigration. It was a bit of a queue because there were quite a lot of flights that arrived at the same time as us. But eventually made it through to get our baggage. But this, my god, took a while. Possibly because it was so many people's bags, so many other flights, and as you can tell, I look very tired, and so my parents. And they're thinking, where are our bags? And at this point, we were all very thirsty. I say all, it was mainly myself, my sister, my dad. So we were looking for something to drink, but obviously went the wrong way and was looking at the alcohol section, and well, to be fair, it was just too early to have any drink like that. So we carried on walking towards the bottom of the terminal and found a little shop with drinks. And we just kept walking, and there it is. Little cafe, hello, welcome, yes. But yeah, they had a few drinks. It was airport prices, so about €5, and yeah, the prices are in euros, they're not in Turkish lira here. I found most places that we went to were in euros, so yeah, that's something to be aware of. But yeah, we got our drinks and still waiting for our bags. They still haven't come. The first bag to come though was my sister's, and she was very happy. And then at that point she was making jokes that we won't get our bags, but obviously, as you can see, we got our bags, thankfully. All good. I feel like that's the worst thing to happen, probably, like when you get somewhere and your bag is missing. So yeah. But anyhow, welcome to Antalya. This is a little, I guess, a bit of a pickup arrival spot. There's also lots of like different agencies where you can like arrange your travel, but also go ask where your transfer that you've pre-booked is. And we were with TUI, so obviously looking for TUI, but then when we were walking there were a lot of TUI people, as you can tell, like there's just so many, how do you know which one's yours? But we obviously knew what bus number we were, so walking towards the end to get our bus. I say bus, coach, but in the coach, and all good, and we're exiting the airport, and then we're on our way to our resort. We obviously had to stop at 2 other resorts, which were literally like within 2 minutes distance of where we were staying, so the whole journey time took about, again, 30 minutes or so. But yeah, it wasn't so bad. It was a nice little coach drive. AC was on, little scenic view, scenic drives. You do see a lot of greenhouses there where they're like growing a lot of fruit and veg to export to Europe. But yeah, it was quite nice, not so bad. A little flavour of, I guess, a bit of Turkey and their roads. But eventually we get to Lara, which is the area of where we're staying, and Lara is just filled with multiple different sorts of 5-star resorts. And as you can see on the right, there's Ascalara, which is a resort we're staying at. That's not the resort that we're staying at, but on the right, which was a bit lackluster, I must say, from the outside, because on the outside it's not, you know, giving much. But as we go inside, it does, you know, it does do better. So it was a bit of a cheeky little surprise, I guess. But as we go inside, it's starting to look a bit better. But if you want to see the next tour, then join us in the next episode. See ya!